Okay, this is a 100k, hopefully. Oh, looks like I can do it. Sweet. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna be doing another 100k. This is probably like the third time today I've recorded it. I forget. I've been doing a lot of it. Anyways, Mannpower. Yeah, Mannpower is like one of my favorite modes. But I'm not gonna be talking about Mannpower while I do this. I'm gonna be talking about something that I think requires to be talked about. Simply because, basically, how do I put it? People on Reddit, at least RTF2 or TrueTF2, are dumb as shit. Okay, there we go. That's basically it. There's a thread on there that basically was titled, "How do they, or how can they make flamethrower-centric Pyro viable again?" And there is so much wrong with just the name of that thread. Wait, what? This isn't a death pit anymore? Whatever. Sorry, I didn't actually realize that wasn't a death pit. So I had to investigate that. Anyways, so the idea of that, just the words that are used in that just shake me to my core in general, because they imply that Valve is the one that needs to be fixing things, that flamethrower-centric playstyle is not viable, and that if it is not viable, then at one point it was. And pretty much, flamethrower-centric playstyle is completely viable. There's like only one place I can think of where the style that you would practically need to run is not flamethrower-centric, and that is High Prim in Europe. That's the only place I can think. But that's literally because Scissors plays there, and he is a shotgun king on Scout, or on Pyro, and you need the shotgun team to be able to fight him. But even then, you could probably get away with running Flare and doing a very flamethrower thing. Just not against Chest Club. You probably need to play passive against Chest Club. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, so enough about that. We'll talk about a few things that are wrong with that sentence. First off, with describing flamethrower-oriented playstyles and how you can play them. And how the style that you probably play in Pyro is very flamethrower-oriented, and you don't realize it. So, if you're a Pyro, and you're a Pyro main, and you're a real Pyro main, and not one of those fakers who's actually a Scout main, then you probably actually play Degreaser Flare. Because let's face it, that shit's fun. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Degreaser Flare is probably worse than DJ Shoddy. And if you run something other than those two, then I don't know. You probably at some point have run one of those loadouts as your full loadout. And if you're a backburner Pyro, doesn't apply to you, you're already flamethrower-centric, because you have to be. And if you're shotgun-centric as a backburner Pyro, oh boy, do I have some news for you. Anyways. I need the help. Okay, alright, I won this fight. Okay, so a big thing is flamethrower-centric in general, at least general definitions, means you do primary amounts of your close range damage to your flamethrower. Whenever you can use your flamethrower, you're going to. Now, with Degreaser Flare, for instance, practically every Pyro fight that you actually want to take, you have to flamethrower it. If you don't, you're trying way too hard to do shit that you don't need to be doing. And in general, you'll find that actually a lot of fights you can just end up burning. And you don't have to do anything fancy. And you're completely viable. Anyways, so you'll hear him talking in general about Degreaser Flare, and I'm calling it flamethrower-centric. So why do I say Degreaser Flare is a flamethrower-centric loadout? Whenever, like, you see often logs will have like 50% damage done with Flare. It's in the nature of the Degreaser Flare to optimize your flamethrower style by utilizing your flare. Like, that's just the core thing of it. Oftentimes, people will just do quick bursts with the flare, and that's fine, but against really good targets, that'll fuck you up. At least in certain situations. So you have to really know how to utilize your flamethrower in a situation where you can actually basically destroy things. And it's not something a lot of flamethrower or a lot of flare gun powers really know how to do it. I think Satan's a good example. Satan does know how to use his flamethrower. He's not, despite what you think, literally only flare punch king. Satan's flamethrower usage is really nice because the dude is optimal as hell. If you ever watch the damage values that he does whenever he does his flames, they're actually really good. Like he's the kind of dude that hits perfect flares with it, or how I would call him. Or basically, you can't get any better in terms of damage on that. And that kind of thing is what you're actually striving for. And that's very flamethrower centric to be able to hit that damage in fast. And it's honestly, yeah, you have to use your flamethrower very extensively and be core with it and basically use it as a primary to do that. With the secondary aspect of utilizing your secondary for a finishing move. I don't actually consider all Degreaser shotgun styles to be in this, because there are styles with Degreaser shotgun where you literally do not have to use your primary at all, except for reflecting. But it's not the same with flare. If you play flare that style, you're literally going to do 100 damage per minute. Like, that's just what happens. Anyways, a little bit less on that. It's pretty viable because Degreaser flare is so viable. But if you're talking more like, I'm going to be doing all my damage with my flamethrower, that is probably still viable where you play. You can totally do that in gold. I know that. Like, I know 100%. You could totally just M1 dudes in gold. You can M1 IM scouts to death if you do like a tiny little air blast and stall their jump. Hell, that's what I do against air sometimes. If I really need to kill him. Or at least that's what I did against him in the mat. So we played in forwards, even though I got my ass kicked. But that was because training with soda poppers fucking nuts. Anyways, on the more stuff in regards to that, there's a little more onus. Viable, again, implies that at one point that there was a shift that made flamethrower-centric not viable. Now, if there's any kind of shift that would have really done that, or any kind of shift that really emphasizes any aspect of that, I guess it would be the sniper shift in the meta. But that doesn't honestly have that much of a determination on flamethrower-centric. Because, how to put it? The sniper's not the one killing, like, the sniper is not the main target, or the pyro is not the main target of the sniper, even though if you're a pyro main, oftentimes you can feel that way. Like, 100% of the time. Oh my god. And in general, I guess a lot of the situations where you want to run... Okay, good. I got the dude. Okay, so a lot of situations where you would want to run a very flamethrower-oriented low-no, I guess, yeah, in a sense, a really good sniper does shut down a little bit. But, how would I put it? In general, it doesn't, like, completely nullify the ability for it. If anything, the better scouts would probably have created more of a decrease on it than that. And better scouts have been around since Season 5. And, to be fair, if there's a flamethrower-centric viability period in competitive Highlander, it is... Alright, I had to do that for him. I had to do that too, man. Anyway, so if there's a time where it's viable, that time is specifically the Season 6 through Season 10 era. And, I mean, yeah, I guess it's, like, pretty noticeable during that era. Definitely Duracentric's a little stronger. But at the same time, that era was, how to put it? That era is pretty much dominated by Demomen. And good, or that era was dominated by good scouts, now that I think about it. Pretty much the teams that won were the ones with the best scouts. Except for Ginyu, now that I think about it. Ginyu was the start of the change for that. Anyways, back to a little bit of a shifting on that. I'm not going to be talking about Flamethrower-centric at that point. I'm going to be talking about what they mean in regards to that. So what he says is, what can they do to make Flamethrower-centric, or Flamethrower-centric Pyro viable again? That onus is more on... There's a... No, there's not. Okay, that's just my dog. Okay, the onus on that ends up creating an implication that it's up to Valve to do something about this. And really, it's not. It's honestly up to you as a player if you want any kind of change in a meta. It's not up to Valve to specifically change the meta for you. As much as you may want Valve to do it, and certainly if Valve changes the weapon, it's a lot easier than creating a playstyle. Creating a playstyle is hard, it's a lot of hard work. But if you want to see a change in something, you have to go that route of trying something new, and specifically going in regards to something. I'll call him on a 50 kill streak. Yeah. Against off. God, Demonites just don't fucking die, man. Anyways, so what I'm talking about specifically in regards to that is that the onus in regards to creating a playstyle is on you as a player and not on Valve. If you want something to be viable, you've got to work to make it viable yourself. I mean, you don't have to, but really you should. That's basically... If you're not going to do that, then you really shouldn't be complaining about it in the first place. If you want like a flamethrower-centric Pyro to be viable, work on a style that will actually get it to you. Like, it's not something that's that crazy. It's not like saying, oh, I want to be able to make full-time Flog viable. If you don't do that, run full-time Flog for Christ's sake. Like, try it out. Legit try to be the change. Create the meta that you want to create in regards to it. Now, admittedly, you're going to get your ass kicked. I'm not going to lie. When you're creating whenever you're working on creating this kind of stuff, you are going to get your ass kicked. And there are not going to be situations where you're going to constantly win. And there are going to be teammates that hate you. Okay, this is actually kind of tough. Okay, good thing that dude can't aim. Yay. Anyways. There's going to be situations like that. I did that with my own playstyle. Admittedly, it turned out to be pretty good. Aggro combo Pyro and aggro flame Pyro both are actually really solid. But it's not like people were running that during the times that I was alive, or the times that I was playing. I was pretty much the only one who started it, but it ended up becoming kind of a trend. You see a lot of people do. I mean, it's not that crazy. Most people didn't play to the level that I did. It's not that bad of a thing, in general. Jeez. But yeah, if you want any kind of change in the meta for a class you want, honestly, nothing's set in stone. Okay, all right. Certain things aren't gonna work. There's no question about it. Making a rocket jumper soldier work in platinum is probably gonna be way too much work for you, and you're probably never gonna actually be able to do it. But you'd be shocked about what can work. And things are even taking steps in certain directions that you wouldn't think. Demo Night is becoming more viable. I'm not saying it's becoming viable full-time, but I'm saying it's becoming more viable. And stuff like that. Even when we do that, any kind of situation where you try something new in regards to that, you're going to learn something very good and generally you're going to learn something good from your experimenting with it. Oh god, okay. Like in regards to playing Flamethrower into Pyro, 100%. One of the things you're going to learn from doing that is that you're going to learn how to make your Degreaser flare better. At least more optimal. You're going to learn how to kill that scout in comparison to a second in half a second. And that's actually a major thing. Well, apparently my encoder cannot take my speed. I'm amazed, encoder, that you've been able to keep up with that as well so far. I am legit amazed, encoder, because I've been flying all over the place. Alright, dude. Side note, Vampire Pyro, still pretty good. Still really good, actually. Even though they nerfed it. Oddly enough. It does come down to the secondaries, isn't it? Dude, am I actually gonna go 100-0? Shit! This is gonna be the fastest 100k in my life. Nope, nope. Do one that way, maybe? Nope, I think I die. Oh, I'm not gonna let myself die this easy. Huh. You know, I don't even think I need to edit this one because as well, jeez. Okay, sorry, I'm a little bit intense right now. Alright.
Way too much defense.
Jesus Christ, man. Sorry, I'm full out focus mode right now. I'm like at 10 kills to go. Ah, fucking hell! God, man. Oh, well. Oh, I can make do. Going 101. The crit power up. Yeah, you think I'm gonna let you do anything? Yeah, give me back my vampire. Hell yeah. Alright, 94. Man. Okay. Alright, whatever. Also, it's so good, too. Whatever. Such is life, man. But yeah, in general, I could talk more about flamethrower signature styles later in regards to it. But in general, the big thing I really have a thing against that post in regards to it is, oh my god, I'm slipping up here. I'm slipping up hardcore. I ain't gonna bother to edit this shit. So, basically the big thing I really want to emphasize is that you really, if you're so concerned about wanting to change up the meta or something like that, do it yourself. That's the best way to do it. That's the most reliable way to do it. Because you're not going to be able to trust Valve constantly to do it for you. Okay, at least give me King. Okay. I'll take King. I have to play smart against the Demo Knight with knockout. Whatever. Anyways, one more kill. I get 100. And this is my kill. Or that is my kill, I guess. Alright, yeah, that's 100. Come on. That is pretty easy bait. Alright, whatever. 103 is the big thing, which is easily the best I've done in 100k ever. I have Mannpower to thank for that, because Mannpower is ridiculous in its mode. Manpower is so good for this. Anyways, I'm gonna call it for that, so I can actually record it. I'll see you guys around.